Good evening. My name is Michelle Kenney, that's spelled K-E-N-N-E-Y. I have been a high school language arts teacher in PPS for 12 years. I spent 9 years on the Marshall campus, and I'm currently in my third year at Madison High School. I am here to ask you to reconsider your priorities around your proposed budget. After I accepted the job offer from Portland nearly 12 years ago, I discovered within minutes of my employment that the people who hired me didn't know if they could afford to keep me. Even though I kept my job, I quickly learned that the lean times weren't going away anytime soon, and that, like my colleagues and students, I was expected to accept cuts year after year to keep schools open and save our own jobs. In the past decade, I watched as programs and teachers were cut, schools were consolidated or closed, class sizes ballooned, seat time shrank, and students' education suffered under the money-saving 6 of 8 high school schedule. I cried when tight times forced the closure of the Marshall High School campus, depriving an entire community of a viable neighborhood school, splitting up a close-knit student body, and scattering students over the district to even more overcrowded classrooms in schools sometimes much farther away. Portland's teachers' compensation has suffered as well. When times were tough in 2003 and teachers were asked to give up 10 days of pay to keep a full year of school, we said yes. When we were asked to give up a cost of living increase in 2011 to save jobs, we said yes. When we were asked to delay a step increase for 6 months to stave off layoffs in 2012, we said yes. When in the same year we had to give up $400,000 of an arbitration agreement to once again keep our own schools open, we said yes. In fact, Portland teachers have borne so many of the cuts that over the last decade, we have gone from being among some of the highest paid teachers in the metro area to some of the lowest. But now we have learned that you have $30 million above what was budgeted for this year. $30 million. And after spending a large chunk of it to finance things outside of the classroom, you still have $19 million that could be used to settle a fair contract that reduces class sizes and finally provides fair compensation and benefits to teachers. However, you are choosing to spend money outside the classroom and socking away an additional $11 million for a rainy day. After years of saying yes to cuts because we weren't in it for the money, it's time to say no. No. Yes to reduce compensation because we cared about our students. It is time to say no. Though it is vital to keep a rainy day fund, increasing that fund from 3% to almost 7.5% at a time when schools and resources are stretched to their outermost limits is absurd. You can act to prioritize our classrooms and invest in students in schools if you choose to do so. We have given enough already.